But he goes in that.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at soundcloudstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? SoundCloud Studios is the answer. SoundCloud Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support at soundcloudstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give a shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Mosensia. Available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. Also support the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, and also on Anchor FM/support, as well as PayPal. You can look for Mike Wagner voiceover. And also for some cool gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. And for some cool books and t-shirts, hoodies, pop sockets, and more, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia and order today. We're here with 4 awesome dudes from Nashville, Tennessee. They're all sitting together. Logan, Derek, Brandon, Diego. No, we're not talking the Beatles, guys, but these guys have done some great stuff. They got Angel Wings out. They did Love You Right, You and I, and they'll be playing Damsel in Distress later on from the ceiling up. They'll be playing live on a couple of tunes, and these guys are ready to rock live from the Plus Studios in the beautiful Music City. Ladies and gentlemen, the very, very talented Logan, Derek, Brandon, and Diego, Forts Like Vana. Guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, it's us. Thanks for having us, man.
Hey, thank you guys. I'm excited to see you guys just all crammed into one room, and you don't have to worry about social distancing. So get rid of those masks, will you? I'm sure you guys trust each other. So forget the mask, okay?
We spent too much time with each other at this point.
We were with each other when like everyone got news when Corona became a thing, and we were recording together. So we were like, oh crap, it looks like that's not a thing. We're just gonna be stuck together.
Mm-hmm. And of course, I'm sure guys are trying to play like this and just said, screw it. We're just gonna just do it like normal. Just come together and play. So we're glad you guys all came together and play. And you guys all grew up in Nashville, Tennessee. You got some great music out there on Spotify, SoundCloud, and other major podcast platforms. You'll be playing live for us. And before we get started, tell us how you guys first got started.
You want to do that one?
Well, we started 2018 is, I'd say, when the band was really born. Logan and I came down here a few months before that. We decided we wanted to hit Nashville for really just a hard music scene. We wanted to get into somewhere that was growing bands up. So we came down here thinking we'll find our people. Lo and behold, we were walking on the street to our 9-to-5s when we first came down here and ran into Diego. And we were just down the street, and he goes, "Hey, you guys look fresh as hell," just from across the block. And we were like, "Did you get catcalled?" And so he picked it up to us, and we're just talking back and forth for a minute. And he's like, "All right, well, it's nice to meet y'all. I'll see y'all later." And we ended up walking to the same job where we found out that he was also working. And Logan spotted a drum tattoo on him, so the day we met him, he's like, "That's our guy. That's gonna be."
3 months later, we got it.
Yeah. We ended up getting into the mix here recently too. We were looking for somebody that really wanted to just hit everything we wanted to hit in terms of, let's make some new tunes, let's hit the road, let's release everything we can. And Brandon was like, "Hey, I just came up here from Austin, a couple years ago now?"
Yeah, so I graduated 2018. After that, I moved from Austin to Nashville, and I was already kind of plugged in into touring musician scene here in Nashville. And of course, you play a lot of country music here, but it was so fun to I think one day I just like, I gotta stop playing country music. And I made a video of me just playing like solid like pop rock tunes that I just like was excited to play. I posted it on Instagram. And then, Instagram just gets us so connected these days. And that's how they just stumbled upon me, like this literally opening the app up and like the hashtags.
Hashtag basis.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Instagram, I think it was.
And that's how we got brought together.
We
Isn't
saw
that
like
insane?
a couple pictures of him, just saw like just how like more importantly we saw a video of him playing a show.
We just saw how he just
And,
like
like,
carried himself on stage.
We saw it and we're just like, dude, that is like our vibe. That's just like let's do this.
Now, this is where you all work at the same job. And if it is, where do you guys all work at?
We worked for a pretty big tech company here in Nashville when we first moved down.
We use
Basically,
Google a lot.
yeah, basically we all worked for like big names that would hire people from this tech source company, and all the Googles and like what Cisco's of the world we worked for.
What sold us was they had Beer Friday.
Exactly.
So we just couldn't say no to it.
Oh, nice. Okay, I thought you guys worked at Amazon or something. You guys just jam back there, but that's something. I mean, I love to work for you guys. Beer Fridays. I mean, where do I send my resume, by the way? No, I'm kidding. Oh my gosh. And of course, let's go from left to right, right to left. You want to draw straws, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. However you want to do it. Either Logan, Derek, Brandon, or Diego, however you want to go in order. Just tell us how you got started career-wise when it came to music. Also influences. So go ahead. You can draw straws. You can.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go
We're
first.
gonna have Diego take the lead.
Do it, bro.
Man, I just like used to play rock band all the time, and then I played the drums. So I was like, I'm about real drum set.
You're
so.
talking about rock band, the
The
video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It ain't country, guys. Let him speak, will you? It ain't country.
Yeah, I know, man. Thank you, Brandon. Yeah, I just like rock band. So I used to just play, even when it wasn't plugged in, I was just smashing it. And my dad just bought me a drum set. I was like maybe like 16 at the time. And I just jammed, man. I was jamming like Michael Jackson every day. That's all I played. And then I started getting into like, different styles of music, did a bunch of bands, and worked at the same building as these guys.
Oh my gosh. Beer Friday, Beer Friday.
Yeah.
Dude, they did not disappoint. Every Friday was a great day.
And Diego, who are your favorite drummers at the time growing up?
I don't think I have a favorite drummer. I just I listen to everything. It's, coming up in a Latino household, it wasn't about the music that I listened to. Didn't have 5 members that was it. It was all mostly just random, people playing, and it was cool. So I don't think I have one, but I listen to a little bit of everything.
That is amazing. I'm glad you're on board as well too. So we're down to Logan, Derek, and Brandon, and draw straws, choose, pick, and tell us how I got started music wise. So come on, guys.
Yeah,
1,
okay.
2, 3. Diego was first, so he's out already. So unless Diego, you want to pick.
Jacob's gonna do it for us now. He's gonna tell you. No.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, I grew up in school. I was part of the band, drumline. I took a bunch of bass lessons, and eventually joined the jazz band at my high school. And we just, I don't know, growing up in that type of atmosphere, you really learn music theory of it, and it's just some of it's just all right, you really don't need to know this much music theory if you want to start a band. And so, but I like that I formally got trained in music before pursuing a band. And then I started going to these local hardcore shows in the scenes, right, of my hometown. And that's where I pretty much is all right, I'm gonna make a band. This is when I was freshman in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I started out as a drummer, started out as a bassist. I even did guitar. It was every band in the scene, we all shared each other's members.
Oh wow.
So it was just we all got all right, hey, I need to play guitar this show. And I was okay, I'm playing bass for them right before we all play, but that's okay, we'll switch it up. And
intense, dude.
Yeah, no, but
That's so
it was cool because
catch me doing that.
playing all those instruments, I was able to communicate better to musicians and be hey, drummer, I want you to play this, and I could show them what I wanted to play, and it was very easy to like learn how to communicate with the other members of the band. And then I went to college, and I wasn't playing in punk bands anymore, but Austin, Texas was like a very good like indie scene as well, and also a country scene. And so I was in a fraternity in college, and with my roommates that I currently live with, and we all just started playing tailgates, you know, for these fraternity parties. And so that's kind of like where I learned my bass chops more or less. And then he convinced me, the artist I was playing for at Texas, he convinced me like, dude, let's move to Nashville. Let's just like, we already got our degree. Let's just go have fun with music. And so we all got brought out here. We still live together. And then we all just like started pursuing our own little routes, you know, playing with bands here and there, playing all sorts of gigs that you can think of. And it's just like, you eventually run into people like so I ran into, Nashville's a very small town, which is awesome. You know, even though it's a big tourist town, like it's a musician city. So it's very easy to network and connect over here. And so it really got me plugged into like a lot of people who needed you know, I would get referred a lot for gigs and whatnot. And I just started advertising on my social media pages. You know, I was literally just trying to become a touring musician. And so it kind of brought me into where I'm at now with Forts Like Vana. I think Derek or Diego like scouted me out on Instagram, and then it kind of brought me in for auditions, and here we are. So
Wow, that is amazing. Who are some of your favorites growing up, Logan?
So for me, I wanted to always play guitar. I just was always attracted to it. Just
Oh,
the shape,
okay, all right.
like fire. And so then my parents were like, "No, we don't want you to do that. We know like what music people, you know, like anyone that plays guitar, they're in the rock lifestyle." And my parents didn't want to do that for me for some reason. And they threw me in piano, and I was like, "I don't want to play piano. This is boring." Now I kind of regret it because it's probably, you know, important. But so I switched over to guitar after I was like 11, and just instantly got attracted to it. Grew up, just didn't want to hang out with people. I just go home from school, not pay attention, not do homework, just play guitar. And then finally just moved down to Nashville with like $20 and a garbage bag full of clothes. And I was like, all right, I'm going to figure out how to do this thing, man. And found the job that I did have at the time. I thought I had a job when I moved down. And it was like this scam, like pyramid scheme. They said you were going to do this job, but instead you're like door to door, like chocolate sales. Crap.
Oh my God.
Like it was terrible. They wanted you to wear a suit. It was like 90 degrees outside. And then I did that for like a week, and they never paid me. And they were supposed to. And I don't mess with people that don't pay me on time. So that happened, and I was like, well, this sucks. And I was driving home and like hit a flat tire. It was pouring rain, and like I was like, what's gonna happen? And like the very next week, I got a new job. Derek was able to move down, and like a month later, we ran into Diego. So like it was crazy. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
Isn't that something? It's like you sell chocolates, and we thought you hate them, and this turned something better. And I think we have Derek, who's left in the very back. You know, come on out, don't be shy. You can talk. Tell us how you got started, influences, whatever's on your mind. Come on, you can speak it.
Speak it through. I started.
Come together. It's okay, guys. It's okay.
I started, my first time like picking up an instrument, I was probably like 5 or 6. I had just trombones in my house. So me and my older brother would just like, you know, like we weren't actually playing anything or just kind of figuring out music. Just like making sounds. But the first time I picked up a guitar, I was 9 years old. I got this little Fender Squire. I was put into guitar lessons, but I never really made anything of it. I couldn't quite follow things. So I just, you know, I got the basics of power chords, and I would just learn some songs here and there, you know, mostly just making up my own stuff. Fast forward a few years, I was playing bass with my older brother. He was the front man of our band, and then we ended up recruiting Logan for a tour.
Wow.
Really fun.
Yeah, it was a really good time. Like it was the first time that he and I had actually like spent copious amount of time together. We'd known each other from music and from school growing up, but it was the first time that we were like locked in the car and had to deal with each other.
We got stranded where were we? Indiana?
Yeah,
we were stranded in Indiana for a couple weeks. That was fun.
So we spent some time just kind of getting to know each other musically, and one day he texted me out of the blue. He's like, hey man, I need a guitarist. Like, are you in? I go, I can kind of handle 4 strings at a time right now. He goes, don't worry, I got you. Like, I'll show you the tunes and everything. So for the last like 4 years, I've been playing guitar. Logan just comes up with crazy dumb shit all the time. So make me a really good guitarist. So, at least what I like to think of. So he definitely has been pretty monumental and just like, all right, guys, like we're gonna play these songs and it's gonna be weird and we're just gonna figure it out. So we all kind of came together, being able to throw our own spice in there,
That's the fun part about it. Like, there's too many people that like I at least played with or like grew up with that would make bands because they all like the exact same stuff. And I was like, that's so lame because everybody that you listen to, they find influence out of things that isn't just from them. You know what I mean? So I wanted to always be in a band that had people that just had different backgrounds musically, like all over in the genres, all over with their, show experiences, where they played, who they played for. And I knew if I found worked with the right people that were wild like me, it'd be a crazy time. And somehow it worked out.
It did work out great. And we'll talk about your music and everything else. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@SonicWebStudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time for our official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Mosensia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Mosensia, available on paperback and Amazon. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on paperback and ebook on Amazon. Missing by Mia Mosensia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Mosensia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Speaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn. Heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And don't forget to support the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com. Also on Anchor FM/support, PayPal. And for some cool gift ideas and lots of awesome ideas, you can go to Amazon.com/the Mike Wagner Show. And for great books, t-shirts, hoodies, pop sockets, and all kinds of goodies, go to Amazon.com/Mia Mosensia and order today. We're here with a terrific, I'm just having a great time with these guys from Nashville. Logan, Derek, Brandon, Diego, just all coming together and become Forts Like Vana here on the Mike Wagner Show. They're going to, play live in just a minute. But first of all, how'd you come up with the name Forts Like Vana? What's the meaning behind it?
There is absolutely no meaning.
We get asked this question a lot.
Which we really should have thought of a reason.
But everybody tells us you have to go.
Diego, don't leave, please, no. I'm kidding.
Sorry. I had to get my drink.
No, we were like at the time, everyone was coming out with band names at that time or dropping new music with these big stories of why they became that name. And it had to have some crazy background and like crazy, just like some meaning to them. We're the kind of guys that just like, we wear what we want to wear. We just like get tattoos if we feel like it, or we'll just, go outside and grab a bottle of liquor if we're bored. Like we don't really think things through too far, or if that even made sense with the sentence. So we just,
the way I've been describing it, I told somebody this recently. I said basically we had to name the baby and just raise the kid. Like we were like, we're not going to name it something that's going to be so profound. We're like, let's just get this baby going.
Mm-hmm.
So Forts Like Vana came out of nowhere.
It was deep.
Yeah.
I bet you guys probably look at that sign says Fort, let's NS, like as we're talking, and Vanna, and I see a V and I see that. I could imagine something like that. Now, speaking of crazy stories, the story about AC/DC, how they got their name, they got from the back of a vacuum cleaner, said AC/DC, and that's how it was born. I mean, that was probably the craziest story I've ever heard. So
I love that. Yeah. I think the coolest bands are the ones that their names just came out of absolutely nowhere. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Here
Mhm.
we go. And then like, 10 years later, they're like, we named ourselves what?
That's probably the best name I've heard from anyone, especially you guys a long time. That's the best name out there. I gotta say that.
Awesome.
Right.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, it's like Forts Like Vanna. Let's see. Do we find Vanna in a fort? Well, that's another story. But you got some we got some great songs. We got some great songs out there. We heard on Spotify, SoundCloud, and all the major platforms as well. You've got Angel Wings, Love You Right, You and I, and you'll also be playing a tune as well too, Damsel in Distress from The Ceiling Up. And tell us about some of the songs and what inspired you to write them.
Uh, Kind of when we started writing together, it was just what we were doing at the time, or what was in front of us, or what we were partaking in, and we wanted to just make it natural and give it that rock and roll feel, but still, make it sound current. And we didn't want to sound like like a dated, 70s band. Uh,
Mhm.
we started once we got signed to Touchdown Records. We actually got to jump in and start recording, an album and everything. And out of nowhere, "Damsel in Distress" is the last song we wrote. Because of COVID, we were on a little bit of a break, and we're like, "Oh wow, From the Ceiling Up, let's make that the first single. Let's push everything in a different direction with it, and really just try to stretch out the rock and roll feel." So that
Mhm.
song kind of captured more of like a laid back pop vibe, but we still wanted to show that we could bring it.
Mhm. That is amazing. I think you also had Angel Wings, Love You Right, You and I, and I think you might have covered it. And if there's other songs you have as well too, you can talk about that as well.
I know we got some in the vault right now that we're
Yeah.
working with, but I don't know if we have any.
Well, when we first came up with a lot of those songs, what was kind of like driving us was being in a new place and like going out and just finding yourself in a different scenario than you've been in before. So, before I moved down here, "Love You Right" was like halfway written. Logan said he was downtown on Broadway, and he came home and just like started playing that over and over again. And I think that was kind of the motivation for the first couple of years of writing, was just like, oh man, like let's just go get into some shit and then let's write about it. And now it's kind of gotten to the point where writing is more or less just kind of a lifestyle. Like
Yeah, it's not like, what did we learn?
you
from
can't really
this?
avoid it at this point. You kind of you look at a pizza box and you write a song about it.
Oh wow. Writing a song about a pizza box. I have to tell my family that. I think I'll do that too. It's like write song about a pizza box and I'll send that over to you. You
We
guys
got
can
one right
keep
here.
keep the royalties. How's that?
We got a,
We got one just looking at
we
us.
got one. We got one right here.
Don Carmelo's Pizzeria.
Yeah, I got this driven in from Nebraska.
Some good
This
hometown pizza.
there's this hometown pizza place called Don Carmelo's, and I love it. This dude named Robert, he makes them. So I got this just driven in this weekend. 12-hour drive was given to me. It was awesome. That's kind of Uber Eats you can get.
Oh my gosh, I can imagine. Awesome pizza. The next tune, Don Carmelo's. It's like damn good pizza. Don and Jack. I think that's another good one to a follow-up. So
Yeah,
it seems to me, guys, that you guys have like half of one lyric and another guy has half a lyric, or you guys have a couple verses, another couple verses, and that's been going on for quite some time. I think that's very unique.
we're able to find that cool feeling with each other after playing at least for like 6 months. We were luckily quarantined together, so we really learned how everybody's like language worked on their instruments, and now we're able to complement each other, which is really, really fun.
Yeah.
I know exactly when they're going to do something, and hopefully if I do it right, it's going to amplify what they do in that situation.
Mhm. And what else do you base your lyrics on?
Pretty much literally what I do that day. It'll be like, what are we doing today? And it's like, all right, let's write about it. So we don't like to write songs that we haven't done or experienced.
Huh. That is really interesting. I love that approach, and we'll have you guys play a tune in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at soundwebstudios.com for all your needs. Also brought to you by our official sponsor, the Mike Wagner Show, international award-winning author Mia Motion's Year of Missing, available on paperback and Amazon and ebook. We'll be back with Forts Like Vana, Logan, Derek, Brandon, and Diego playing live after this timeout. We're back with Forts Like Vana here, the Mike Wagner Show, the wonderful quartet, awesome quartet from Nashville, Tennessee. Logan, Derek, Brandon, Diego, all together now, and they're going to be playing Damsel in Distress and or another tune. So, guys, go ahead and take it away. You're live on the Mike Wagner Show.
Yeah, we're gonna play our new single, "Damsel in Distress."
Song just came out in what, December?
Yeah, this is the futon edition.
Futon edition.
1, 2, 3, 4. Saddest thing I've ever seen, I keep it coming to me. Makes me thirsty that aquafina. I'll be drinking for free. I'm tossing bills and dollar bills, so you can shake it for me. And 5 stars with a perfect pleaser. Got a front row seat. It leaves me breathless. I can't help it, but I'm obsessed. Lost in your access. When you drop the way down, I get tempted. You got money on your mind. I'm running out of mind. Try to save you from this life. Leave money on your mind. Can't have this just a lie. My dancing damsel and stress. Cigarettes in my eyes. When you drive me way down, I must confess, I'm back. Got money on your mind. I'm running out of mind. Trying to save you from this life. Leave money on your mind. Get out, it's just a lie. My dancing damsel and stress. Ooh.
Wow, that was amazing. Damsel in Distress from Forts Like Vana off of From the Ceiling Up. Where can we find the Ceiling Up, Damsel in Distress, and all your music at? Wow, it was amazing.
Thank you. That was the futon edition.
Wow, the futon edition. Yeah, I'm sure that's not out right now, but where can we find all your music at?
Yeah, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all of that. You can even find the tunes on YouTube too. We got a couple of videos. The music video for Damsel in Distress released in December too with the song, so that's there and it's pretty hot.
That is so amazing. And we're here with Forts Like Vana, Logan, Derek, Brandon, Diego here on the Mike Wagner Show. Just a couple more minutes. You guys are amazing. Love to have you back. And what can we expect from you guys in 2021 and beyond?
Well, we just got off the phone with somebody yesterday. We might be leaving the country in the summer to go play some shows, which we're
really?
shocked about that.
Really?
So we're really excited about that. We're working to get some more U.S. shows and dates around the country, and hopefully we're gonna have a couple more songs coming out before
Wow.
hopefully May.
Yeah.
May, June.
I was gonna say you're talking about leaving the country. Where are you gonna be playing at?
Where would we be playing?
Can't be revealed yet, but Mike will tell you. We'll let you know soon, Mike. We'll let you know.
That's fine. We'll just say it's somewhere overseas, and we don't want to say where. But that is such
Somewhere
fantastic
warm.
news. Wow. Oh, so
Yeah,
looking forward.
I've never left the country, so I'm excited.
Oh, yes, that would be very exciting. Definitely have you back on. And when you come back, tell us all about it. Love you have you back on. And who do you consider your biggest influences in your career? So go from 1 to 4, and who are your biggest influences? So go ahead, draw straws, choose, or be a delegate. Yeah, Diego, come on. Just delegate to somebody. There we go.
Influence? Man, that's a hard question.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You, Mike, you're my biggest.
You guys are too easy.
How about you?
Shoot, I'm gonna go back to my Warped Tour days. Mike, did you ever hear about Warped Tour?
I believe I have.
Yeah, it doesn't happen anymore. A lot of people.
He's just like, it's done.
But anyway, I grew up listening to a lot of like pop punk and hardcore punk, and like, dude, I'll say Newfound Glory, Story So Far, Man Overboard. Like, these are like bands, they were like very underground, but yeah.
That's the cloth that he's cut from, is very punk, and that's what's cool, because I kind of listened to that early on too, so we meshed on that. Honestly, my biggest influence, like right now, I'd probably say I look up to Keith Richards a lot, because that dude like did a lot for music, and his riffs are just super simple, but they're super cool. So I just am like, hey man, you did it right. Let me do it like that.
That's awesome. And last but not least,
I was I was hooked on growing up, just like anything 80s hard rock, classic rock. I loved like Zeppelin and Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses and all of them. And then I got into the R&B world, fell in love with like Usher, Chris Brown, and like just started learning like what a whole different world of music. So pretty much anything R&B and rock is like my influence.
And Keith Urban.
And apparently Keith Urban.
I thought you were supposed to talk about country. I'm kidding.
I'm not supposed to. He brought that up. This is like Fight Club rules. You're not supposed to talk.
Oh my gosh, that is something. What's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point? So once again, delegate, draw straws. If you want to come together and give a best advice, I mean, you can huddle. I've got time. That's fine. So
Best advice for music.
anything.
I got one if you.
All right, go ahead.
My best advice is, if your crew or your friends didn't see it, then that story doesn't matter. It didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Advice. My best advice: if you feel like you're not doing anything, it's probably because you're not. So go do something.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and we're down to the 2 left.
Yeah, so my biggest advice is, this is something that's actually really productive, but so it's called, I'm sure Mike, you've heard of the 80-20 rule before, have you?
Yes, I have. Very familiar with 80-20.
Yeah. I would say, my biggest advice is identifying those actions that you can take that's going to give you 80% of your results, and keep doing that more. And don't waste your time being busy. You can be busy, but that doesn't mean like you're being productive.
And tuck in your shirt at the dinner table.
Anyway, and also my second, a lot of people are afraid to jump in. They feel like they have to do some planning before they jump into whatever new hobby they want to do or passion. And it's just take the path of least resistance. It's like, just go for it. Don't be spending a week planning, for every outcome. Just do it.
Don't do something.
My advice, if it's under 40, it's a lot of return. It's my advice. Just take that as a will.
Oh my gosh, that's well said, you guys, especially you, Diego. That was well said. All right. Okay, before we go in here, we have Forts Like Vana here on the Mike Wagner Show. You guys just been absolutely amazing. Logan, Derek, Brandon, Diego, we thank you for your time. You guys been absolutely amazing. Keep this up today. Have fun out of the country. And before we go, perhaps one more tune from you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, go for it.
This song is called Love You Right. It's the first one we ever wrote and somehow recorded.
Can't sleep, wide eyes, you got me hypnotized. Like, oh God, my mind, that's right, your hips on high. 5 bottles on me if you want to. Live life, what you be, what you gonna do? Get you everything, everything for you, baby. Trip all down the worst of it. First I can't wait for it. Show me, yeah, what you need out now.
Whoa, that was awesome. Forts Like Vana here on the Mike Wagner Show. Absolutely wonderful. Big thanks for your time. Definitely have you back on. And once again, tell us about your upcoming project. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people check out your great music?
We have a single out right now, Damsel in Distress. You can find it on our Spotify or social media or YouTube. We got a couple of new songs that are going to be coming out this spring, so shoot us a follow or like or any of that stuff on social media, and you'll see what we're doing.
Check out fortslikevanaofficial.com as well. We upload that pretty often with new shows, songs, pictures, and all that too.
Yeah, and if you want to become our friends, we engage with everybody. So give us that follow.
Certainly will. And once again, Logan, Derek, Brandon, Diego, you guys have been absolutely fantastic. We must have you back on soon. Just keep us up to date and
Thanks so much for
have fun with your tour as well.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah,
Especially
awesome.
we're here.
You guys are awesome.
Margaritas.